Imagine waking up one morning at age 62, your savings account drastically smaller than you'd hoped, the monthly bills growing larger, and no steady paycheck in sight. Suddenly, the dream of strolling into the golden years before 65 feels more like stepping into a financial minefield. If you think leaving work behind too soon will bring you freedom, think again, because today, we're uncovering 5 critical reasons why you won't retire before 65, and what you can do right now to prevent a retirement disaster. Surveys like those conducted by the Trans-America Center for Retirement Studies show that while a surprisingly large number of individuals exit the workforce before 62, many regret not saving more, not planning better, and not understanding the true long-term costs. The numbers don't lie. Despite many retirees feeling confident, their actual financial preparedness often falls short. To break down why you will likely find yourself working longer than you ever imagined, let's examine 4 major stumbling blocks that could prevent you from retiring before you turn 65. And more importantly, let's talk about some solutions that might help you change course before it's too late. Reason number 1. Relying too much on others. Heavily on Social Security. Too many individuals assume that Social Security benefits will comfortably support them once they decide to quit working. In reality, Social Security was never designed to be your sole source of income in retirement. Yet, a staggering number of retirees depend on it as their main financial pillar. The data suggests that an overwhelming percentage of retirees rely heavily on these benefits, often collecting them as early as 62. Starting benefits before your full retirement age, which is typically between 66 and 67, results in permanently reduced monthly checks. That early move can cost you tens of thousands of dollars over the span of your retirement. To turn this around, consider a balanced approach. If you're healthy, it might be wiser to work a few extra years, both to boost your Social Security checks and to continue building personal savings. Take advantage of employer retirement plans or IRAs, and think about delaying Social Security until you reach your full retirement age or even longer. By doing so, you lock in higher monthly payouts that can make a world of difference when you no longer earn a paycheck. Reason number 2. Retirees. Don't save enough. The lack of sufficient personal savings is one of the most glaring issues holding people back from early retirement. Even though an abundance of information on best practices for saving exists, many retirees admit, after the fact, that they simply didn't stash away enough. According to the research, the median savings for many retirees is remarkably low. Far too many have well under $100,000 saved by the time they leave the workforce, and some have no savings at all. That's alarmingly inadequate when you consider that you may need your savings to last for decades. Retiring before 65 means you'll have fewer years to accumulate wealth and fewer years for your investments to grow. To improve your outlook, start by evaluating your current savings habits. Are you contributing enough to your retirement plan at work? Are you taking advantage of employer matches? Can you cut unnecessary expenses to boost your savings rate? Consider meeting with a financial advisor to develop a plan that includes realistic savings targets. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Even if you're already close to 60, aggressively saving for a few more years can help ensure a more secure retirement. Don't just rely on guesswork, run the numbers, set clear goals, and stick to a disciplined savings regimen. Reason number 3. Relying on home equity. Many people view their home as a fallback plan, assuming that if savings and Social Security aren't enough, tapping into home equity will bridge the gap. While home equity can indeed be a valuable asset, it's not always the golden goose some imagine. Real estate markets are unpredictable, and extracting value from your home, whether by selling, downsizing, or taking out a reverse mortgage, is not guaranteed to provide the steady income you need. The median home equity among many retirees may seem significant at first glance, but remember, a roof over your head is not the same as liquid cash. If you're forced to sell or borrow against that home equity prematurely, you might find yourself with a smaller property than you'd like, less financial flexibility, and added stress at a time in your life when you crave stability. Additionally, a startling number of retirees have very little home equity, or none at all. To improve this situation, consider working longer to pay down your mortgage or bolster your savings. If you still plan to leverage your home equity in retirement, do so carefully. Research the local housing market, talk to a financial professional, and weigh the pros and cons of downsizing versus staying put. The key is flexibility. Don't bank on your home to bail you out. Instead, treat your home equity as a supplemental resource, not the backbone of your financial future. Reason number 4, believing you'll have enough. It's surprisingly common for retirees to feel confident about their financial situation, even when the numbers tell a different story. A large percentage are very or somewhat confident that they can maintain a comfortable lifestyle after leaving work. Yet we know from surveys and statistics that many retirees regret not saving more, underestimate their expenses, and overestimate how far their existing nest egg will stretch. This disconnect can be dangerous, leading people to retire too soon and ultimately run into financial trouble down the road. One reason for this misplaced confidence might be that retirees compare their reduced spending with their pre-retirement budgets. While some do manage to keep expenses stable or even lower, this doesn't necessarily indicate financial security. Sometimes it just means living with less, cutting corners and skipping certain experiences. To overcome this, arm yourself with knowledge. Before retiring early, thoroughly assess your financial situation, project your expenses, and consider worst-case scenarios. Consult financial tools or a certified planner to run realistic simulations of how long your money could last. Don't rely on wishful thinking. Instead, build a detailed plan that accounts for healthcare costs, potential market downturns, and changing lifestyle needs. If the projections suggest you're not ready, don't panic. Just commit to working a bit longer, saving more aggressively, and adjusting your expectations. So, where does this leave you? If you're approaching retirement age, it's time to take a hard, honest look at your finances. Retiring before 65 might sound wonderful, but the reality often falls short. Without sufficient savings, you'll be forced to rely too heavily on Social Security, tap into your home equity prematurely, or simply lower your standard of living. Believing you have enough when you don't, or expecting your home to cover the gap, can lead to financial struggles down the road. On the other hand, working just a few more years can significantly improve your financial outlook and overall well-being. In the end, the key takeaway is that early retirement is not for everyone. Many people who leave the workforce before 65 do so without fully grasping the long-term financial implications. With careful planning, realistic expectations, and perhaps a willingness to work a little longer, you can put yourself in a position to retire comfortably and confidently whenever you decide that time has truly come. Meanwhile, if this information helped you see retirement planning in a new light, please give this video a like and subscribe to the Smart Retiree for more no-nonsense advice on building a secure future. Your support helps us bring you the insights you need to navigate these critical financial decisions.